Congrats, bro. You really went and built a time machine. And now you out here in ancient Egypt like it's no big deal. But can you survive out here? Alright, bet. Let's find out. First question. What even is ancient Egypt? Damn, that's actually a tricky one. Cause this whole area split into a bunch of different phases, adding up to like almost 5,000 years of history. At first, you were like, I'm gonna pull up to Roman era Egypt and meet Queen Cleopatra. Yeah, for research, obviously bro, totally not simping or anything. But then something went wrong, and now you stuck all the way back in 1600 BCE, smack in Egypt, second immediately period, one of the area that basically set Egypt up for its empire arc, and low-key, one of the best documented period too. No more waiting, let's dive straight into the first deadly area. Having a baby back then? Yeah, that was not easy. With no hospital, no med, just straight up survival mode. All your mom could really do was pray, tell you just to come out already, and maybe have one midwife there if you're lucky. Yeah, it went horribly wrong. Your mom let out, and you didn't even make it to see the light of the day. Game over before the intro even finished. The mortality rate during childbirth in this area was somewhere between 20% to 50%. Well damn, look like you actually made it through birth. But this is where the real fun began. There were way too many ways to die back then, like first up, animal and environment. You stay out playing under the blazing sun, like nearly 50 Celsius, way too long. Dead by heat stroke speedrun right there. You get bitten by a mosquito. You cause West Nile fever and you die. You get stung by a scorpion and that venom said it's over real quick. Or worst case, you just get snapped up by an eagle, shaken up, starving to death. We're not even gonna go deep into this one. Cause back then, everyone was going out like this anyway. You so exhausted at this point, you were like, nah, I need a reset. And try responding to some noble family this time. Congrats! This time, you actually hit that 0.01% light. That kind of lifestyle almost no one in ancient Egypt could even touch. So you are thinking, you are safe now, huh? Gonna live long and chill, right? Heck no! Well, here's the problem. Since you are the only heir in the family, you just became the main target for a rival clan. And yeah, they straight up sent an assassin after you. Alright, fine. This time, you're just a regular kid, born into mid-tier family. Life rough, but hey, you're still doing better than 80% of ancient Egypt. Your family needs all the help they can get, so you are babysitting, working the field, and guarding the crop. Food is basically just bread, some onion, and a bit of milk. Yeah, that combo is straight up cursed, but if you start being picky, congrats, you're starving to death again. And if you're really craving for meat, you can tag along with your dad and go fishing. But watch out for those neem crocodile. Those things can literally chomp down a full-grown human in one bite. Congrats! You actually made it to 15! Wait, back then, basically, count as the being a middle-age already. And the reason for that? Life expectancy back then was only around 30 years. That's why making past 15 was basically a huge achievement. Meanwhile, in the modern time, you are the same age and still getting yelled at by your mom for not cleaning your room. Your parent in ancient Egypt gonna be real proud about you. Oh, almost forgot. Your whole family just got wiped out by some random disease. Now, it's on you. You gotta find a job and fend for yourself. Job back then? Yeah, you weren't getting paid in money. You were getting paid in bread. So you already know, no job mean no bread, and no bread mean you are starving. You probably thinking, since I got all this modern knowledge, the pharaoh gonna notice me, right? Nah, you don't really understand a single thing you are saying, so instead, you are about to run into stuff like this. Scenario 1. They thinking you crazy, or worse, a heretic, someone disrespecting the god, and blasphemy back then usually ended with a face worse than dead. Scenario 2, they think you're a foreigner, and boom, a neck collar gets slapped on your poor little neck real quick. You turn into a slave and ended up dying in some random corner. Life's so brutal. Loser. Alright, fine. Let's say somehow you manage to convince the xenophobic god that you are actually mega cool. Yo, I'm legendary cool. Congrats! Once again, you just scored your very first job. Welcome to the job board with full possibility. Like farm here, farm there, farm now. Yeah, basically all farm, all the time. Like 90% of the population was straight up farming, and the only water source for the crop is the Nin River. And don't even think about drinking it, or you are signing up for one-way trip to dysentery city. Your first job, on a 300 kilogram rock across 500 meters of straight up desert, and you straight up die from broken spine. After a while, since you can actually read and write, they bump you up to a slightly better position, farm supervisor. You are thinking, alright, being a manager gotta be way easier, right? Nope. Living conditions are still trash. You are still crashing on the bare ground. Oh snap! Look like you just got a snake bitten, and that's game over. Starting your workday, you swung your sickle too hard, and you just chop up your co-worker arm, and he stabbed you to death in revenge real quick. Finally, the harvest over, and now the pharaoh want a brand new pyramid. So get what, sucker? You are getting reassigned to pyramid construction. Honestly, it's not as bad as everyone imagined, but workplace accidents still happen. Like you get crushed by a falling stone during transport, and if the stone didn't kill you, you just flat out die from sheer exhaustion. And finally, you die from a nasty infection after getting whipped repeatedly by the overseer. If you think it can get any worse, bro, you are dead wrong. Time to catch up with your old pal, disease. Disease back then was like the slave trade. Everyone could just pass it around. You could trade with your body, literally all kind of disease. Yo, I got pink eye over here. Rookie. I even got limited edition chicken pox. With your modern brain, you probably thinking, yo, just showering regularly will keep all this disease crap away, right? So you head out to shower in the Nin, basically like ancient Egyptian version of the Gang River. You stumble upon dead body, human waste, and some interesting creature lurking around. This creature crawl right into your plumbing and set up shop at parasite. Literally pain in the ass. The result, you end up dying a brutal, painful death by throwing up non-stop, burning up in fever. But that parasite worm is not even the only thing you're gonna deal with. We are still rocking chicken pox, malaria, typhoon, and tuberculosis. So remember the right hand rule. When your neighbor keeps spitting, while talking to you. Anyway, while you out there chipping away a stone, the pharaoh finally noticed you. He impressed by your cleanliness and your actual skill on the job, and he decided that you are a perfect candidate for a soldier. You get promoted to soldier class. Back then, that's what only the third tier in society. But hey, enjoy that little moment of pride. Why is that? The pharaoh wants to expand the empire, and you are getting sent straight to the front line. You swing your carpet all over the place, thinking being soldier cannot possibly be this hard. You over here thinking just swing a bit and the enemy will drop like a fly. If you try with a sword, you can always grab a spear and stab your way through. Or if you are feeling like a legendary anchor, you can pull out a bow and take out enemy from a distance. Enough with the bullshit. Today, your opponent gonna be sea people. No one know where they came from, but the pharaoh just doesn't give a damn about it. They've been trolling the pharaoh non-stop for months. Can you guys surrender? Please, Chain, Vin Diesel, you don't have to call me a ball like that. You know that? Now, the first thing you're gonna do is alright, this time respawn and dodge that arrow real quick, and you get hit by a spear knife. You fucking dead again. Damn it. Last chance. Now shoot that arrow as fast as you can. Whoa, great shot. Thanks to your CSGO skill, you line up the shot perfectly and hit the commander right in the eye. Nah, you just took our soldier who was just only trying to make it back to their family. But war is hell, right? Finally, you become a hero, returning home in triumph. Unfortunately, the pharaoh get jealous and immediately issue a decree to mummify your life. Oh, thank God! It was just a dream! Ah!